This video will explain the Ellevation monitoring form process for both EL students and reclassified or RFEP students. Why we monitor: to satisfy federal and state monitoring requirements, to promote collaboration, and to prioritize student interventions. Ellevation is the program that is being used to help facilitate the monitoring process. The forms are assigned by site administrators. The teacher will receive one email notifying them that they have forms assigned to them with the due date. Next, log into Ellevation through the Clever portal. Find Ellevation icon and click on it. No username or password is needed. You can add Ellevation as one of your favorites for easy access. The teacher dashboard in Ellevation has more than just monitoring forms. Here you can see your students' schedules, testing results like LPAT, CASP, and performance tasks, and their grades. Other available information like your student's home language, birthplace, and U.S. school entry is also in Ellevation. Notice the student and monitoring tabs at the top. Once you have forms assigned to you, you will see that number attached to monitoring. Any EL or RFEP student receiving a D or an F in any core class will be required to be monitored. Some things to remember about monitoring forms. You may be assigned both EL and RFEP forms. EL forms are different than RFEP forms. Once you click submit, you can't make any changes. Make sure to turn in by the due date, and you should only be assigned forms for your current students. Let's take a look at the EL monitoring form. The form requires the teacher to make parent contact and hold a meeting with the student for his or her commitment to actions. To help understand the form, I have broken it down into 6 areas. In Area 1, the teacher will list the student's strengths. Area 2 includes strategies for the teacher to think about and apply with a start date in order to help the student succeed. Area 3 indicates when you met with the student to go over these strategies and how, via email, Google Meet, phone call. Area 4, Ellevation offers examples of student actions the student can commit to in order to make improvements, including the date when the student will start these actions. Once you've met with the student and teacher agrees on some strategies, student commits to some student actions, then it's time to let the parent know, and also include a date and how you communicated this to the parent. And then lastly is the recommendations, comments, signature, and submit. Your form is done. The RFEP monitoring form is different than the EL because the teacher does not contact the parent or choose strategies. It is the student who is asked to answer 3 questions, and this type of form really puts the student in control of his or her learning. So I've broken down the RFEP monitoring into 3 areas. The first area is the teacher has to put in the student's former CAPS scores. I'll show you how to find those next. In Area 2, the teacher meets with the student and writes down the student's responses to these 3 questions. What is the one area you want to work on? What steps can you take to help you succeed in that area? And what is one thing that your teacher or another staff member can do to support you? And lastly, Area 3 is for teacher recommendations, comments, and signature. Don't forget to click submit. To find your students' CAS scores, go back to your teacher dashboard and click on one of your students' names. This page will open, and if you look at the right-hand side, you'll see test results. Click on that. This will open a window and you just need to scroll down till you see CAS scores. We may or may not have CAS scores at this point because of the pandemic. So you could write in the blank area, due to the pandemic, we don't have CAS scores at this time. Additional help can be found in Ellevation. If you click on the little graduation cap at the top of the page, there's a help desk and resource center. In the help desk, you can actually click on a teacher desk ticket and it'll get sent to somebody in the EL programs. The resource center has step-by-step instructions on how to fill out the forms, plus there's a video.